Hello, hello, people. Good morning. It is Wednesday, June 2nd. See, I said that out loud. Maybe I'll remember now what day it is. I was off for 2 days, so it feels like a Monday, which makes no sense because my frame of reference for the weekend is that I work all the time anyway. So I'm at work, buckling down for my long day, 8 to 8. Right now it's very quiet. I play with my hair a lot. I don't know, I'm sorry. It annoys me when other people do it, and then I do it. I think it's a nervous habit. And I'm still tired, so I'm drinking a coffee, even though it's light roast. Ew, look at the lipstick. I'm so gross. And I didn't even get a chance to dry my hair today, but that's actually good because it's healthier to let it air dry as much as possible. So I'm just working on my schedule, my timesheet. I'm going to unpack all the food I brought today because I'm trying to stay one step ahead of the weight loss / weight gain curve by bringing my own healthy food to work. We're welcome, of course, to eat with the residents. We're actually encouraged to do so. Have a communal couple of meals and even snacks, but I don't have to eat their food. We're allowed to, don't get me wrong, I'm not stealing, but in any event, we all have different nutritional and dietary needs. So my step 8 yesterday went really well with my sponsor, and then her sponsor came over, who's my neighbor, so we all kind of hung out in my duck-filled yard, which was mowed in the morning, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful out yesterday. It turned into a poem I wrote, which I shared slightly tentatively because it's about my recovery. But you know what? If people can write poems about love and loss and heartache and death and sex, why can't I write about recovery, right? Because I'm really proud of it. So much has knit back together in my life, kind of covering over and filling up those holes, those vacancies, those gaps that alcoholism likes to live in. And it likes to steal your joy and even hijack your identity. The irony being that when you're in AA, you introduce yourself as an alcoholic so that you don't forget what you're up against. But when I identified as one, silently for all those years, it was the very thing that was making me feel like a loser and like the decks were stacked against me. And all I had to do was trust and let go and put the bottle down and then do the real work on me. It's the same reason why weight loss surgery doesn't really work if you don't work on the things in you besides food. It's why diets can fail. When you identify only as an obese person, you kind of call it into existence that that's what you're going to be, and therefore your eating habits reflect it. Too early in the morning for all this woo-woo pseudo psychology here, but that's what's just on my mind. I am very puffy today, but I was thinking back on the wreckage of my life when I was drinking and when I was hungover. Not every day, but quite a lot of the time, and how little I got done, and how I still beat myself up for not doing enough. But I got up on time this morning. I took a nice shower. I had a healthy breakfast. I took my meds and vitamins. I washed my hair, I brushed my teeth, I, fed the cats, cleaned up a little, gathered up my laundry, put a little makeup on. It's like those were things I didn't do when I was drinking. It was amazing to even, number one, get to work. Number two, get to work looking pulled together and smelling hygienic and brushing my teeth. And the whole while I thought nobody noticed. Everyone notices. I didn't fool anybody when I was home for days drinking alone. Not being responsible, not keeping appointments, not going to work, not calling back, doctors or dentists or, all the things that make for a mature, normal life. I'm thinking of getting my hair cut. Not a pixie again because I love the length, but I do have a hairdresser named Ellen. I think I told you the story of Ellen. Her dad was Captain Lou Albano, the professional wrestler, and the man who played Cyndi Lauper's dad, and girls just want to have fun. There's a fun fact for you on this Wednesday. Anyhow, she knows how to give me what we call the psychological haircut, which means you got your hair did and a little bit is trimmed, but I always say don't even make it look like I got a haircut. I'll pay you the full amount plus tip, but just barely cut off my ends because it gets kind of curly now, kind of wavy when it's wet. But unless I deep condition these all the time and spray coconut oil on them, they're kind of fried. You know, because the end of your hair is older than the rest of your hair. And the rest of my hair, I've been putting these scalp conditioners in it and scalp tonics from Aveda, which really should work because they're expensive. That doesn't always matter, right? But yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with sleeping better, eating well, taking supplements, and drinking a lot of water. My hours at work are going to be changing. I'm very, very excited about this because in conferring with doctors over the years, it's kind of common knowledge that your stress hormone of cortisol, which stores fat, is terribly off the charts when you work nights. Your whole pineal gland and your whole, REM cycles, everything gets thrown off when you work at night and when your sleep schedule is shit. And it causes weight gain and sometimes dramatic. Now, I'm not saying that's the only reason I gained weight. All that started with the beginning of the panini. I don't know why we can't say what it is. It's global knowledge, but whatever. What was I saying? So, there's been some changes at work. There's been some switches around with staff and scheduling. And long story short, I'm going to be more days and evenings, not overnights. And I really think that when my body realizes I can sleep a whole night through in my own bed, I'm going to lose weight. I just think my cortisol levels are going to go down. My belly fat might go down. I'll have more energy. I can exercise more. And I'm taking a supplement called DHEA in the morning with my meds, which is supposedly supposed to help with cortisol reduction. I don't know. I'll try anything, right? Except consistently eating low carb and low sugar. I had a stern talking to with myself last night where I said, listen, Bish, just try it for a week. Just be like really strict for a week. No sugar or low sugar or whole foods, fruit. I ate fruit yesterday and I felt so good from it. Fruit is not keto, but it's full of good, healthy enzymes. And, I just want to avoid everything processed, anything white. Pasta I hate. It gives me horrible gas pains and bloating, really bad bloating. Like my stomach gets all big and hard and like I look pregnant. It's awful. White potatoes, white sugar, white flour, get rid of all of it. And artificial sweeteners, which I don't use anyway, and Diet Coke is the devil. Now to kick smoking and coffee, right? Oh, this is going on for a long time and I'm not even saying anything of consequence. I'm just chit-chatting because I'm alone right now and I can. So yeah, no more nights except for maybe one night a week, maybe the occasional fill-in. I'm hoping, well, I don't want to get into a whole bunch of details about work, but right now things look good. Yesterday I wrote a poem about how, I'm the one holding the other shoe. I go through life waiting for like the proverbial other shoe to drop because I'm always looking over my shoulder and waiting for the worst case scenario, which mostly happens up here. And it's because I've been self-sabotaging for years and years and years with the addiction and with all of the internal struggle and strife that goes along with being an addict. Putting down the substance or the drug or the food or the sex or shopping or gambling, anything addictive, putting that down obviously keeps you out of harm's way for the moment, but it doesn't really heal the inner stuff that caused you to do those things in the beginning to start with. And I've had a food problem my entire life. That being said, that made me think it was not conquerable, but just like with my drinking, it's one day at a time, one choice at a time, one meal at a time. I loved what Pulpy Syntax said the other day about being mindful and about how you deserve to not eat in a car. You deserve to not eat standing up. You should plate your food, sit down, get a glass of water, enjoy it. No matter what you're eating, enjoy it, right? And I found out in my town we're getting a Popeyes chicken. Now, I know I'm going to eat it. I'm not a fast food person, but I love me some Popeyes. So I'm going to let myself have that like twice a month and not like a gorging amount. A side and a couple pieces of chicken. Why am I planning for this already? I just finished saying one freaking day at a time. This morning I had one slice of whole grain Panera toast with a little bit of real grass-fed butter. Lunch is going to be fruit And salad, my favorite salad of all time in the summer is mixed greens with spinach leaves, craisins, red onion, feta, walnuts, and a raspberry vinaigrette, which I try to make myself. I'm staying away from any processed oils, and if you read the labels on salad dressings commercially made, it's usually soybean or canola oil, which is very bad for you. It's funny how like the good healthy fats oils have gotten a bad rap for years, but it's great to use avocado oil. It's great to use olive oil, coconut oil, and I like all those things anyway. So I make my own vinaigrette with crushed up raspberries. I grind up walnuts in the blender, and I use olive oil and some raspberry balsamic. This is really rambling. What time is it? I'm almost at 11 minutes, so I'm going to let you guys go. I think maybe 2 people are watching this, but that's okay. I want to say, hey, Chris, I love you. Hope you're doing well. Keep your beautiful chin up. Talk to me whenever you want to. And I'm sorry I'm sometimes far behind in other people's videos. I don't have an excuse. I was going to say my life gets busy, but if I have the time to do this, I have the time to watch other people's videos. And not just reaction videos, which I've become a little bit addicted to. Speaking of addiction, and I don't think it's because I enjoy the train wreck. I think it's because I need those thoughtful, witty, insightful reactors to help me to understand and kind of, again, as Pulpy says, sort of grab a buddy and hold hands as we wade into the swamp of what's going on with Chantal. And Amberlynn Reid completely bores me, and I just like the insight. I mean, that probably sounds really stupid. Because Chantal is a suffering person. She's insufferable, but she's also suffering, even though she doesn't want to admit it. That can't be a happy life. And I hope she doesn't get her heart too badly broken by this alleged man. I still have a theory that he doesn't even exist, and this whole mess shenanigans is to gain money and views and clicks. And if that's the case, then it's terrible to lie, but good on you for making your money, girl. If YouTube's your job. I couldn't handle having YouTube as a job. I really couldn't. The pressure would really crack me. I can't imagine what it's like having that many subs and having broadcasting my whole life. I'm kind of doing it now, but I've got, 366 subscribers, probably 10 of whom watch me. And there's always 1 or 2 thumbs down, which I take as a compliment because it means I'm relevant enough to be trolled. Anyway, everything's good today. I'm sober. I feel healthy even though I'm fat. I got decent rest last night. I'm having less bad dreams. And that's it. 8:56, Wednesday, June 2nd. I just heard that on the TV, so I thought I'd repeat it. All right, guys, you know I'll be back later. This is a MAC lipstick, but I forget what color. I used to think MAC was too matte, but this is one of those cream shines. And I really like it. It's like a corally pink. So, and these are Betsy Johnson earrings from Torrid. I love anything leopard print. And I forget where I got this. It's a tiny little cross and a wing. Sometimes I wear big gaudy jewelry, and other times I like really small, delicate stuff. I think it's from Kohl's. Kohl's has amazing sales. Shopping, the final frontier of addiction. I shouldn't say addiction. Addictive, compulsive behavior. Peace out, guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I don't even know what I said. Today, again, during quiet times, I'm going to be submitting poetry and essays to Rebel Society and the Urban Howl. And gotta start submitting to the Sun magazine and getting my shit out there. Because a lot of people are rooting for me. And yeah, it's fun to write. It's fun to write those bios and my mantra and my manifesto and all that jazz. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Peace, guys. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful, blessed day.